There's many a slip between the cup and the lip. There is nothing unequal as the equal treatment of unequals. God has many names, though he is only one being. Life is only meaningful when we are striving for a goal. It is a part of probability that many improbable things will happen. He who has never learned to obey cannot be a good commander. Equity is that idea of justice which contravenes the written law. The best way to teach morality is to make it a habit with children. All persons ought to endeavor to follow what is right, and not what is established. That which is common to the greatest number has the least care bestowed upon it. Before you heal the body you must first heal the mind. Character is determined by choice, not opinion. The least initial deviation from the truth is multiplied later 1,000-fold. There is only one good, that is knowledge, there is only one evil, that is ignorance. Happiness is the settling of the soul into its most appropriate spot. Humility is a flower which does not grow in everyone's garden. Definition of tragedy: a hero destroyed by the excess of his virtues. A common danger unites even the bitterest enemies. Wicked men obey for fear, but the good for love. Wicked men obey for fear, but the good for love. A change in the shape of the body creates a change in the state of the soul. When you are lonely, when you feel yourself an alien in the world, play chess. This will raise your spirits and be your counselor in war. In a polity, each citizen is to possess his own arms, which are not supplied or owned by the state. Quitting smoking is rather a marathon than a sprint. It is not a one-time attempt, but a longer effort. The habits we form from childhood make no small difference, but rather they make all the difference. It is of the nature of desire not to be satisfied, and most men live only for the gratification of it. It is of the nature of desire not to be satisfied, and most men live only for the gratification of it. Music has a power of forming the character, and should therefore be introduced into the education of the young. The soul suffers when the body is diseased or traumatized, while the body suffers when the soul is ailing. Hippodamus, son of Euryphon, a native of Miletus, invented the art of planning and laid out the street plan of Piraeus. Bring your desires down to your present means. Increase them only when your increased means permit. To say of what is that it is not, or of what is not that it is false, while to say of what is that it is, and of what is not that it is not, is true. Man perfected by society is the best of all animals, he is the most terrible of all when he lives without law, and without justice. That which is impossible and probable is better than that which is possible and improbable. Prosperity makes friends and adversity tries them. A true friend is one soul in two bodies. For though we love both the truth and our friends, piety requires us to honor the truth first. Leisure of itself gives pleasure and happiness and enjoyment of life, which are experienced, not by the busy man, but by those who have leisure. The greatest injustices proceed from those who pursue excess, not by those who are driven by necessity. The precepts of the law may be comprehended under these 3 points: to live honestly, to hurt no man willfully, and to render every man his due carefully. All who have meditated on the art of governing mankind have been convinced that the fate of empires depends on the education of youth. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching.